Real estate agents, you ever tried hiring someone only for it to go horribly wrong? Maybe you found out that you actually ended up going to work for them. They're the only ones that had a guaranteed income while you're out there trying to close deals, pay them salaries, come back and train them, make it all work, only for them to quit 3 months later. It's because you don't understand the principle. There's 3 types of talent. There's only 3 types of talent, and you're hiring one of 3. There's benefits, there's also cons to both. Let me show it to you. There's 3 types of talent. There's potential talent, emerging talent, proven. They've all got their own pros and cons. Potential talent. Well, the biggest pro to it is typically it's cheap. It's raw, it's coachable. You can make it into what you want. The emerging talent, maybe emerging talent, they've had success in a different industry, but it's not really a lateral transition. They've sold cars, but never real estate, or maybe it's back a house. They've worked as an office manager, but don't actually understand the real estate side of things. Emerging talent. Typically, these ones are a little bit quicker to get into production with, so the time on task isn't quite as long. You also know they're a little bit more predictable. It's someone who actually understands office work, so they're not going to get bored and quit right away. It's actually a lateral transition. The ultimate talent is proven talent. This is if you're actually hiring a transaction coordinator to work for you full-time. They were a transaction coordinator in the past, or you're looking for the front of house. Your business dictates that it's time for you to actually hire a buyer's agent, and they're actually a real estate agent. Proven talent. Right away, you're going to get results from them. Pros of all of them, here's some of the cons. The biggest con with potential talent is that it's a time suck. It's going to require the most attention from you, the most hand-holding. If you're a real estate agent right now and you figured out the reason why you're actually hiring back-of-house leverage is because you're so busy, hiring potential talent might not actually be your first best bet. One, you don't even know if they're going to work out, especially if they don't have office skills from the past. And let's face it, we didn't really do a really good job of interviewing. You probably hired someone who's closest to you if you've hired in the past, not necessarily based on a DISC profile or a LinkedIn actual advertisement. We probably didn't actually put them through assessments. And so the possibility that they're not even going to stick around is actually pretty high. So although it's cheap, it's your time, a lot of it, and then the actual probability that it's going to turn into a long-term hire, not really that great. Emerging talent. One of the biggest benefits to emerging talent is that you're going to get right into production with them, or at least after a short little ramp up. The challenge though is emerging talent, if you think about their positioning, they're actually moving from one position to another. So they're actually looking to up themselves on their own work force ladder. So they're going to cost a lot more. Emerging talent always wants to be compensated like proven talent. They might have been a great paralegal for a law firm. That means they know nothing about the first thing about helping you with your marketing and your actual back-end transactions. And so although they are going to be a lot quicker to get into production, they're still going to require some hand-holding, and they want to be paid like proven talent. The biggest challenge to proven talent, which I'm an advocate of always hiring proven talent, is that it's going to cost the most amount of money. They were a real estate agent before, so they're going to want a bigger split moving in with you now. But at the same time, if your reason for hiring is actually to take some of your workload off, then yes, of course. Downside to proven talent, and this is more on you, is that if you're not a proven leader, they're going to be the hardest. They're actually going to find themselves actually kind of bossing you around, which might not actually be a bad thing. One of my mantras, especially when it came to the back of house, is find somebody that could do the job 80% as well as I could, then get out of the way and let them do it to their 100%. And the way this looked for me is the first time I hired a full-time assistant, I had 3 assistants before this, and none of them worked out. I hired the right way. I hired Mallory, worked for me for almost 11 years. When I brought Mallory on, I said, this is exactly what I do for the long-term drip for my raving fans. What I'd like you to do is make it better. In fact, that was the task I gave her. I said, I have 3 months salary saved up for you. Your role is in the next 3 months for you and me to generate a piece of business for my raving fans. And the way we're going to do that is I'd like you to go around the office, ask a couple of the other agents what they're doing, and make what they're doing better for me. And she did, and it worked out because that was proven talent. Now, one of the actual downsides to proven talent, if you are not raising your leadership lid, is that they can actually sometimes come in and control the situation. Think about us as real estate agents. Most of us don't have leadership experience in our past, or if we do, it's from a long time ago. And so learning how to run an organization, if you can't actually run your schedule, if you don't actually run your business like a business, then they're not going to necessarily know exactly what you want from them. If you're in the field 40 hours a week, you actually can't be sitting with them for the same 40 hours a week to help them work out their process. So maybe in that case, someone going back towards potential talent is who you want. The great thing about potential talent is typically you don't have to get them at a full-time salary. So I think there's nothing wrong with finding potential talent and saying, this is the task I have for you. It's about 10 hours a week. You begin to become faithful at this. I'll actually add more to your plate. So which one should you hire? Well, depends on what your needs are. And again, I think a lot of us actually hire based on what we think we need for this next season, not necessarily what your business needs for the long term. So you're deciding that you want to hire a buyer's agent. Why? Because you have business coming out of your ears and you want to get it right. But if you're hiring a buyer's agent, you actually don't have a good back of house support team. I would encourage you, the last thing you should actually do is go get a buyer's agent. Because if you do that, you're going to end up being their support team. So maybe this is a season where you want to begin to refer off business to a proven agent. I know it kills you to not keep all that commission, and maybe you're going to lose that piece of business. But listen, if you keep running the business the way you're doing, you're going to lose that piece of business anyways because you really showed up poorly for them. So maybe this is a season where you carve off some of these referrals to someone else so we can create the bandwidth to hire the right back house for you. Well, which back house hire should I do? Is it someone more on the marketing side? Is it more on the transaction coordination side? Well, let's take a look at your business and see where it comes from. So if generating more business is your goal and you actually want someone who's back a house to help you do it, then we're actually probably looking for someone to see, well, where do you want to generate more business from? Is it from YouTube? Is it from Instagram? Are you looking for someone with more of a marketing degree? Or are you looking to double down and go deeper on your sphere of influence? Then we're probably looking for someone who's a little bit more high of an I, S personality that can run events and actually do pop buys and drop buys on your behalf. There is no one size fits all. There definitely isn't one person that can cover all of that. So I would say analyze your business and look at what this next new hire needs to be for you. If it's to generate more business, then where? Is it generate from your sphere of influence, or is it to generate influence or a business from new marketing techniques? Is it to actually alleviate one of your pain points because you're working so much that maybe you actually don't need to refer it off to someone? Maybe you're actually looking to hire a showing assistant. This is someone who's licensed. You're still going to do the negotiations. You're still going to do the inspections, but they're just going to go show homes. What does your business need? Now, I'll tell you, the cardinal sin people make next to not understanding the 3 types of talent is they typically hire because they already have a person in mind. They go, oh, my cousin Jenny would be great at this. And so they try to create a role based on what Jenny needs. First, never hire family because you can't fire them and show up to the bar mitzvah and not be awkward. And you are definitely not enough of a proven leader to lead family well. Second, you don't hire based on a person, you hire based on what your business needs. I don't even think you should hire right now based on what you like to do least. There is lots of things in my business I don't enjoy doing, vis-a-vis actually doing these YouTube videos. But if I was to pass this off to someone else, by the time they actually got in a coaching call with me, they wouldn't know who they're working with. So just because you don't enjoy it or don't want to do it doesn't mean it's what you should hire off on. What does your business need you to do? Hope that helps, guys.